Most men believe attraction is something you create by doing more. More effort, more talking, more proving. That belief is the root of the problem. Attraction does not respond to force, it responds to self control. The moment a man starts pushing for interest, approval, or outcomes, his position drops. Not because effort is bad, but because unnecessary effort signals need. And need collapses polarity. Here's the foundation. Attraction forms when a man is centered in himself, not oriented around a woman's reactions. Men who are grounded don't announce value. They don't chase engagement, they don't rush connection. Their presence creates gravity because nothing is being asked for. Women notice this immediately, not consciously, but behaviorally. Look at how attention usually works. Most men oversupply it. Fast replies, excess laughter, prolonged eye contact, constant reassurance. That behavior trains her nervous system to relax away from attraction. Scarcity sharpens focus, abundance dulls it. When attention is freely given, it carries no weight. When it is selective, it becomes meaningful. This does not mean being cold, it means being contained. A man who is calm, measured, and unreactive creates contrast, and contrast creates interest. Your silence can say more than another man's compliments. Your restraint can carry more charge than another man's pursuit. Now let's get precise. Attraction intensifies when the mind cannot fully categorize you. Not through chaos, through controlled contradiction. Here's how that looks in real life. You give her full attention when she speaks, eye contact, still posture, listening without interruption. Then you lean back, break eye contact, let a beat of space enter. Nothing dramatic, just enough distance to shift the emotional temperature. Her nervous system registers both engagement and independence. That tension is magnetic. Another example, you acknowledge her positively, then you challenge lightly. For example, you'd say something like, "You're easy to talk to." That's the positive. Then you'd say, "Not sure you'd keep up with my pace though." That's the challenge. So warmth plus edge, approval without submission. Her mind can't file you as predictable, and unpredictability, when paired with calm, is compelling. Why this works is simple. The brain seeks resolution. When it can't resolve mixed signals, it invests attention trying to understand them. That attention becomes emotional involvement. Complements close loops, contrast keeps them open. Now let's address behavior in conversation. Most men try to direct outcomes. They state intentions too clearly. They sell future plans. They push for validation. That activates resistance, not because women dislike confidence, but because pressure removes choice. And attraction dies without choice. High status communication does something different. It describes outcomes instead of requesting them. It allows her mind to connect the dots on its own. For example, instead of saying, "We should see each other again," you say, "Conversations like this tend to make people think about continuing them." No demand, no push, just a frame. Her mind decides whether it applies. Instead of "text me later," you say, "After interactions like this, people usually follow up without planning to." Again, no command, just an observation. That action slips past resistance because it feels self-generated. Now here's where most men miss the real leverage. Attraction strengthens when she explains her own behavior, not when you explain it for her. Picture this. Her friends leave, she lingers. You don't escalate, you don't lean in. You simply say, "You're still here. Interesting." Then you pause. Then you say something like, "What made you decide to stay?" Now her mind works. "I don't know. I just enjoy talking." That statement matters more than anything you could say because once someone explains their own choice, they begin to defend it. Another example, you give her an easy exit. Say something like, "I'm grabbing water. You can catch up with them if you want." If she stays, you acknowledge it lightly, saying something along the lines of, "Look at you choosing to stay." No pressure, no praise, just reflection. And then if she explains and says something along the lines of, "That's what I wanted," her identity is now attached to the decision. This is behavioral psychology. People align future actions with past explanations. Once she labels her behavior as interest, comfort, or curiosity, her mind filters reality to support that label. You didn't convince her, you let her convince herself. This is the rule. Never tell a woman what she feels. Invite her to define it. Direct statements create resistance. Questions, on the other hand, create ownership. Instead of saying something like, "You're into me," You say something along the lines of, you relaxed faster than most people. What do you think caused that? And then she chooses the meaning. And whatever she chooses, she protects. Now, timing does matter. You don't force declarations, you catch micro commitments. If she leans in, you can say something along the lines of, you don't usually lean like that unless you're curious. She laughs longer than expected. You can say something along the lines of, that laugh sounds like you're enjoying yourself more than you planned. Just deliver it calmly and then move on. No selling, no pause for validation. The key principle: freedom builds attraction, pressure destroys it. When she feels free and still chooses you, her mind must justify that choice. That justification becomes attachment. So here's the structure in practice: calm posture, unrushed movement, selective attention. Engage fully, then step back. Plant ideas instead of pushing plans. Always offer an exit. When she stays, mirror the choice. Let her supply the meaning. Leave before comfort flattens tension. I'm heading out. We'll pick this back up later, you say. No extended goodbyes, no reassurance. Absence completes the loop. And when you text, text with intention. Make sure it's short, clear, and do it on your time. Warmth followed by space. If attraction is there, roles reverse naturally. And she suggests plans. She invests. Not because you chased, but because you didn't. This is how it all connects. Calm creates curiosity. Contrast creates tension. Freedom creates choice, and choice creates commitment. You don't force attraction. You create conditions where it grows on her side. That's discipline. That's the frame. Stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.